Hello folks, and welcome to this live stream on Twitch, soon to be uploaded on YouTube. Today it's a 777 flight from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia to Dubai, UAE. So we'll just get cracking straight away. We are on stand 15 today in Riyadh, and
okay, confirm frequency.
And we'll jump into the flight deck to set up all the parameters. We're going to the center FMC and do the FS actions. Today our flight plan is not looking too bad. We have fuel of 15.4. We'll set that up. 15.4 and zero fuel weight is 237.7 or 237.6, which is max zero fuel weight. That was a random number given by PFBX. So we basically are full today. And the ground connections, the doors first. We've got the doors open here, and the cargo doors are open. Okay, that's great. And the ground connections are set as well. Okay, so for the moment we can leave this and call GSX and request the catering. In the meantime, we'll let the first officer do the preliminary pre-flight. Preliminary pre-flight flow.
Okay, I will do the flow for you. I will do the exterior inspection for you, Captain.
Okay, so he's set up the aircraft. He's gonna do the walk around. In the meantime, I'll start setting up the FMC. So like always, we'll start with the ident page, check the model, the engine rating, AIRAC data is correct, and Dragon fuel flow doesn't really apply in Flight Simulator. Posinet location, reference airport, OERK, Riyadh, and we'll use the position. Yep, that's it. The route, request the route. We've got it as a company route, OERK OMDB 01. Request. Should get the ding dong. Okay, that's the uplink ready, so we'll load it. In the meantime, I'll check the weather here in Riyadh. Check with the EFB. The call sign is UAE 820. And the weather, we'll use runway 15 left today. So set runway 15 left. 5 left. Need to set RW. Okay, so I want to open some doors. I think I might do it automatically. Yeah, it's done it automatically, so that's fine. And yeah, so we'll go to the route, double check the route is correct. So I'll go back onto my flight plan on the other computer. And Ezrat, Upper Golf 782. That's correct. To Avobo, Golf 667 to Magala, Papa 891 to Egnov, Upper Lima 308 to Juliet Bravo Lima, Papa 559 to Napo, Papa 559 to Desdi, that's correct. So activate, execute, Perfinite. We changed the cost index, it's 120. Sorry, first need to accept that. Then 120. The rest is good. Just double check the reserve. The reserve is 3.3 plus or 3.4 plus 1.2 is 4.6. Okay. Every time it gives a wrong figure there. It's okay. So 4.6 we said. It's fairly low actually, but the alternate is just next door, so it's alright. Then departure arrival from runway 15 left as the should be Ezrat. So Ezrat 1 Alpha. There's a Charlie departure, but it's not taking it for some reason. I'll just double check everything is correct here and execute. Check the legs page makes sense. We'll jump into the EFB and have a look at the libraries where I've got hold on. Okay, I thought I had my charts and the library in the EFB, but for some reason it's not working. There's always something not working. Okay, well, I won't bother about the departure, checking it. Load the winds, double check, they look okay. Yeah, they look good. And the descent forecast as well. Descent forecast will change the transition level already. Then the NAVRAD is okay. Progress page 589, and the flight plan says where is that? Distance, please. 4 or 635 flight plan distance. Okay, so that's without the arrival, so that makes sense. The route copy, route 2 back to route 1. All the links are ready, and we can set the MSA there. I think it's on Kia Viewer. 25 miles will be good. VNAV, it's gonna be 3000. It's done. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 baby. How are you doing today? Okay, it's all done. So we can leave it there. And waiting for the performance to be set up. Okay, now we'll let the first officer do the overhead panel work, and in the meantime I'll set up my side of the flight deck. So in the meantime I cannot speak because it interferes with multi-crew experience. Pre-flight flow.
OK for pre-flight. Pre-flight complete, Captain.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now I'm set up on my side, the multi-crew experience first officer set up his side. We are ready to do the pre-flight checklist, so we'll do that. Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested.
Flight instruments.
Heading set, altimeter set.
Parking brake set. Fuel control switches cut off. Pre-flight checklist completed.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I won't bother with the briefing and all that stuff. It's only a simulator. Roughly it's gonna be departure from 15 left, then we turn left to go basically towards the first waypoint Ezrat, and we'll climb initially I'll set 150 as the first level, and then take it all the way to the cruise. So that's okay. We can now do if we had the PA and everything, that's all done, and we'll have a look at the performance. At the same time, we're gonna start the boarding now. So basically everything is set up, just doing the performance now. So 237.660 fuel weight gives us a gross weight of 253 tons, which cross-checking the flight plan is 253, 253.1 and 253 takeoff weight, 252.7. Yeah, that makes sense with the taxi fuel. Then we go to thrust limit and our set, that's a bit eyeballed, but 40 degrees. Actually take more, 50 degrees. Climb 1, that's fair enough. Takeoff rate, page 2, acceleration, engine out acceleration is 1000, acceleration will set 3000, thrust reduction 1500. Then the takeoff flaps will go for 5, it's a long runway, it's fairly cool today. The C of G is given by PMDG. We'll take the speeds 154, 160, 167, which makes sense. And yeah, that's it. 167. If we check the VR30 is 150 and just over the VRF 149, which will be for max landing weight of 251. So that's good. And looking at the VNAV, we got 250, we'll set 250 below 12,000 feet because of the elevation of Riyadh, which is 2,000 feet high. So we'll set that, execute, and then the next VNAV page, 350 is the recommended level, so it's all good. So 167 as we said, LNAV, VNAV, track 148 and 150. So still waiting for the passengers to finish coming onto the aircraft, and also loading the bags. So it's a freeware scenery for Riyadh, found on one of the flight simulator simulation forums. It's okay, it's fairly good. It's an improvement anyway on the basic standard scenery, so it's all good. So we are fairly close to departure, so we'll start the APU. Start it myself. The first officer also does it in his flow afterwards, but today we'll do it myself. So once the boarding is complete, I will close the doors. Hopefully they'll load the luggage fairly quickly, then we can get cracking. Okay, APU is running, so we'll go to the ground connections. First of all, disconnect the ground power. Disconnect it here, and the parking brake is set, so I can remove the trucks. So basically we're waiting now for the boarding to finish, and we'll be ready to go. Still boarding passengers, okay. The boarding is taking a long time, but the aircraft is full. We've got full load, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. It's gonna take a wee while, so we'll see. As I said, at that stage we are ready to go. Okay, passengers boarded and baggage loading in progress. You can close the doors.
The doors are now closed, Commander.
Okay, so we got the purser, the chief stewardess saying that the doors are closed. We're gonna check that, and there's a problem with the fifth door. We're gonna arm these. Arm. Open and close again. That's a little problem. So the doors are looking like they all automatic now, which is good. And we'll check the cargo doors once the bags are loaded. They're still working on the bags. It shouldn't be too long. In the meantime, we're gonna get the first officer cracking on his before start flow. Before start flow.
Roger. Stand by for APU.
So at some point you're gonna see him work on the overhead panel. He's now pressurizing.
Recall engine shutdown, CAS off. Ready for before start checklist.
Okay, so he's done his floor. We're just waiting for the bugs to be loaded, and after that we can get going.
Boarding is complete. Gotta leave the plane now. Cheers.
Okay, the bugs are on board. The cargo is closing, and the cargo bulk will close ourselves. That's it. So we'll have a look at the door page. Okay, so we'll ask for the before start checklist. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Passenger signs as required. MCP.
Set.
Takeoff speeds.
Set.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Trim.
Set.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Beacon on. Before start checklist completed.
Okay. So we'll ask for pushback. The nose goes to the right. Option 1. No. So hopefully it's gonna give us a good push. I should do that. I've tested it before. Should work nicely. $12 degrees in Riyadh today. It's fairly cool, but it's winter obviously.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay. We are all set up, ready to go.
Locking gear.
Roger. So like always, they always leave some of the equipment quite nearby, but the wings are fairly high, so it's okay.
Live has been inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Okay, so we'll start during the push and ask the first officer to start the engines. Start right engine. Start right engine.
Starting number 2. Fuel flow, engine 2. Engine 2. Engine failing to ignite. Cap starter cut out. Engine 2.
Start left engine. Start left engine.
Starting number 1. Fuel flow, engine 1. Engine 1. Engine failing to ignite. Cat starter cut out. Engine 1.
Before taxi flow.
Okay. Recall ready for the checklist.
Okay, so yeah, the first officer says the engines didn't start properly, but that's a little bug with multi-crew experience. There's a patch I've not installed yet, so that's why it says the engines failed to ignite, but they didn't. Obviously, are working fine. So yeah, we'll just continue as planned. Hello, Greco84, PCB, MCD, and Thosper. Hope you're all doing well today. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Set parking brakes.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 selected.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass main removed.
Yeah, I was wondering about the flight controls. I thought I didn't have any flight controls. The yoke was not moving, but it's now moving. Is because the yoke, the control column, was
Left is clear.
reduced.
Right is clear.
Okay, thanks. We'll see you on the left with the pin. Cheerio now. Okay, so while he's going away, have a good trip. That's the last communication we get from the ground. We'll do the before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice.
As required.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brake auto. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi, checklist completed.
And we are clear indeed, so we can get cracking. No ATC around here, so we'll request get ready for taxi. Ready for taxi flow.
Sure. Ready.
Takeoff review flow.
Haven't got a clue about the runway in use.
Takeoff review flow.
Yes, Captain. Flaps as required. Runway correct. V2 set PFD and runway track correct. Initial altitude set. Trim set. FMC set. Transponder set. I will do the checklist when the cabin is ready.
Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Set.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
Cool, so just taxiing along, take the next right, I believe. Double check the progress on the EFB. Yeah, next right November, then Golf for 15 left. So all doing well so far. Weather is lovely. It's a cool 12 degrees in Riyadh in the winter. 2,000 feet elevation, those kind of cools it down a little bit more. And we all set. Any stage, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. So right here on to November. So I'm not aware of any traffic in the area, so we'll just line up. Yeah, no traffic. Our runway entry flow.
Roger. Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Okay, so we'll get going. So 15 left. It's clear on the left. There's nobody on the runway.
On runway 15 left.
ready.
V1.
Rotate. Gear up.
Gear coming up. Gear up and secured.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 selected.
Set track 074.
OK, confirm track.
Track 074.
074.
Flaps up.
Flaps coming up.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear up. Flaps up. After takeoff checklist completed.
Okay, so that was quite fun to hand fly the departure. Now climbing to fly level 150 on departure. I tried to ask him to set up or to match up the track bug, but I didn't do it. Doesn't really matter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm take directly to Ezrat. Start flying the whole departure. Here we are. And now climbing away. Actually, we'll set it to a 350 all the way. Done. Riyadh, Dubai. I mean, here we come. A nice desert texture from FTX Global. It's a little bit better than the standard FSX scenery, so it's not too bad. You can see out there. $10,000 climbing floor.
OK. Seatbelt sign on or auto.
Seatbelt sign auto. seatbelt sign auto.
Seatbelt warning lights auto.
Approaching the transition, we set the altimeters to standard. So at this stage it's showing arrival at 10:12 Zulu, so in about an hour from now, which is nice. So we'll just climb away to a climb speed of 320. Whatever the cost index seems to be, it always gives us 320 in the climb, most of the time anyway, whereas on the 737 NGX, the the climb speed is dependent on the cost index. So if you've got different cost indexes, will give different climb speeds according to the wind set on the cruise wind setting in the perf page, if you remember. So basically, if we have on the 737 NGX, if we have a strong headwind in the climb, the climb speed will be fairly high, and on the contrary, if there is a bit of a tailwind on the climb, then the speed will be a little bit lower. But on the 777 doesn't seem to be the case. It just stays at 320 most of the time. If you like the stream, then you can click the follow me button. That'll be nice. Thank you very much. As I said, any questions, please let me know in the chat. It's climbing away nicely. The wind is already picking up, 76 knots at 20,000 feet, and the jet stream is sitting more or less over the area, so it's actually fairly cool in Dubai as well. I believe the latest weather for Dubai is 22 or 23 degrees. 23 degrees, yeah. So it's winter. Flight Sim Expert 1 MCE, which stands for multi-crew experience, is basically some kind of software that plays the role of a co-pilot or of a first officer or whoever you want it to be, and the flight deck. So you can use it to do some checklist to set up the aircraft the way you want it to be. It's a little bit like FS2 crew, if you know FS2 crew. Does that help? I think the website for, just to give a bit more information, the website for multi-crew experience is basically multicrewexperience.org or .com, something like that. You can Google it, you'll find it straight away. There's a trial period. I think you can use it about 20 times or something like that, or for 3 or 4 days, or even maybe 7 days. I'm not sure, I can't remember. And if you like it, then you can purchase it. Otherwise, then obviously you'll leave it. But it's very good. What I like about it is that it's totally customizable. So you can create your own checklist, your own flows, and pretty much make it do anything you want. Whereas FS2Crew, I believe, is a little bit more rigid in the SOPs and things like that. So, and all the procedures. So. Yeah, I just like it for that. It's a little bit buggy from time to time. I'm not gonna sing its praise 100%. It's a little bit buggy, but it does a fairly good job overall. So we're now on the route towards Magala VOR, which is good. There's no traffic around here. We're getting a little bit of cloud there. This is Rex 4 texture direct with soft clouds, which I'm trialing at the moment. I think it's okay. Kind of affects the frame rate a tiny bit, but doesn't look too bad. I only have actually one theme installed, so I've not really had the pleasure to experiment with the various themes and install them from time to time and swap over and stuff. Alright, 135 knots now of wind, so it's a fairly healthy wind pushing us along. Ground speed of 573, so it's quite good. Now we're turning to get more tailwind components. That's all good. We should soon change to a Mach number. We've reached 80 decimal Mach 837. The cruise, the climb speed 836. Yeah, it's swapping over now. Transitioning to the Mach number. So as I said, today we left with basically a maximum zero fuel weight. So at the moment we are already below max landing weight, so it's not a problem anyway. It was planned that way, but we should have a landing weight of about 243 tons. So it's all good. So like always, any questions, please let me know. Hello to everybody. I think I get the name of viewers with a bit of a delay, so my apologies if I don't answer the question straight away or I don't see anybody on. $146 now, which is fairly nice. 625 on the ground speed. It's fairly good. It's tailwind component according to Evlasoft TFB on the other screen, like always, of about 180 knots. And I think that's what the FMC will give us if we go to our progress page. And progress page 2, tailwind 125. And yeah, 121 and 127. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Yeah, EFB and the FMC gives slightly different components, but it's fairly close anyway. Cool. How can the plane know what the wind is? It does not make sense. That's a fairly good question, actually. Basically, the plane knows what speed it is doing. If we look at this screen here, it knows the true airspeed is 499 at the moment, and because the GPS is kind of the main means of navigation of the aircraft. It detects the speed over the ground of the aircraft, and so knowing the true airspeed, knowing the speed, the ground speed, therefore the speed over the ground, it can deduct the speed of the wind and the wind component, and also to work out the direction of the wind. I can compare the track and the heading of the aircraft to work out the direction of the wind. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that is the explanation, I believe. Am I clear, or have I been talking rubbish? Cool. Yeah, so yeah, basically it's through all the sensors in the aircraft I can work out where the wind is coming from. It doesn't really have any sensors, or I cannot really feel the wind as such. It's just like a deduction of through the speed, through the true airspeed and the ground speed, they can deduct this component of the wind, and then the direction of the wind through the track and the heading. If you can see at the moment we are tracking, well, we're actually turning, but we were tracking 026 and the heading was 016, so it kind of works out as a drift of about 10 degrees. Anyway, I'll shut up because otherwise I'll make it more difficult than it has to be. I'll keep talking. Okay. No worries, thanks. Okay, so we are ready. Well, actually, Juliet Bravo Lima is more or less the boundary for airspace into Bahrain. So we're still in Riyadh and Jeddah FIR at this time. On the EFB, I'll have a look at the arrival. Ready? I expect 30 left. SD. Then the approach, I expect. Minus. It would be nice if I could find a way to broadcast the Evlasoft EFB on the other computer, but I don't know how that would work out. So it's quite interesting to follow the flight also on the EFB. Right guys, I'm gonna stop the streaming for a couple of seconds and I'll come back. If you can give me 2 seconds, I'll stop the streaming and I'll come back. You can come back in 2 seconds for part 2, thanks.